a quick lesson on tying your uniform and belt correctly. First, you're going to take the right side of the uniform, cross it all the way across your body, and then you're going to just tie a square knot on those two ties, tuck it in out of your way, and then you're going to take the left side all the way across as well, tie a square knot here. By the way, if it doesn't reach all the way, that's okay. You can leave a little bit of slack in that tie, but if it does reach all the way across your body, that's the best way to make sure your uniform's going to stay well in place while you're working out. One little tip to remember which side is which: after you do your first belt testing, you're going to receive your ATA patch, and that gets sewn on the right chest of your uniform. So the way that I always know how to put my uniform on is the right side, or the ATA side, gets tied in first, and then the other side goes over the top of it. Now, let's get on to our belt. So if we have stripes on our belt, we want to go ahead and put those on the left-hand side. We're going to bring the ends of our belt even, and we want to make sure that there's no twisting around our back. I just do that by kind of grabbing it and smoothing it around this way, bringing the ends together, snugging it up tight to my body, and then I pinch it where it's right in front of me. I'm going to go make an X with the right side over the left side. It's going to go around. My little trick here is I kind of pull up and down instead of to the sides. It helps to keep the knot in the middle of the belt so you don't have to finagle it around when you get to the end. And then it's going to go left over right, or top over bottom. So this one that's popping up through the top is going to go over the other one. And the one that crosses over the top always goes through. Okay? So then we're just going to pull it tight. If you have trouble getting it tight, which you might if you have a brand new belt, you want to take the very ends of it, bring them in, and snap it out to the sides repeatedly. You'll break the belt in pretty quickly, where it'll actually it'll kind of get a little bit more worn in the spot that you tie the knot, so that'll be easier to find that spot and to make it just tie nicely in the future and stay tight. And then we want to do a check on this belt. Oopsie, I didn't do it quite even. This belt is quite long. So I'm just going to kind of loosen that top part of the knot, scoot it over a little bit, try it again, almost. And there we go, nice and even. The two sides of your belt represent your mind and your body, so it's important that we do actually have those nice and even, hanging correctly. And then if our belt knot is tied really well, the two sides should just kind of like drape down and not be sticking up in your face or anything like that. So we want to see that it looks nice, that it hangs well, but also that the two ends are even when we bring them together. Now, let's talk about a double wrap belt. A double wrap belt is going to be for black belts, or if you are maybe a smaller student that we get all the same size of belts. It's hard enough to make sure we have all the right colors, let alone to get a bunch of different sizes. So we get all the same kind of belts. Sometimes if you're a little person, it might make sense to tie your belt as a double wrap. The side with your stripes, or if you're black belt, the side with your name on it. Your name is going to go up against your body, like facing towards your body. So that's going to be hanging down on the right-hand side, if that helps you out. And then you're going to feed it around so that it stays, again, nice and straight without any twisting. And it's going to stack on top as it goes around. Okay? Oh, look at that. We're right over left now, just like we were for that single wrap. So it's going to be the same, pretty much the same way that you're going to tie the rest of that belt from there. And then left over right. And pull the ends tight. And definitely with a black belt, they're very stiff when you first get them. There's a reason for that. It's because we wear the same belt for many years a lot of times, and so we want it to hold up and still look really nice for a long time. So there we have it. Nice evenly tied belt. It hangs really well because I've got that nice straight knot, and if you look at the details there, it makes this little kind of pucker on the left-hand side. And that's one of the ways that you know that you have tied it correctly. So looking forward to seeing you guys with some awesome looking uniforms and belts in class.